Zach's currently getting heckled for a fundraiser and I left him out there. But Whole Foods haul, got pink lemonade kombucha, got peach kombucha. Sorry for leaving you. Sorry for leaving you.
Oh, it's okay.
What was the state?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't answer.
I see. Got hand soap, got a cold brew for Zach, and then got some cinnamon rolls too. I'm about to have to change things up and look a little cute before I film a sit down video, but I just got my new phone case in the mail that I'm very excited for. This phone case, if you don't remember, I got maybe a year and a half ago. It's been a while. And in my head, I was like, since it's the Black Snakes, I was like, I'm gonna have this on my phone until Taylor releases Reputation Taylor's version. Cause at that time, like we all thought it was coming. That's before the Torture Post department was announced. Like we thought she was gonna announce Reputation Taylor's version, and then she announced that. And then as we know now, Miss Girl owns all of her music again. So and Reputation Taylor's version is not coming anytime soon. So I was like, maybe it's time for me to get a new case. This was a case if I won, and I did like it. Like, I still like it. Like, the one thing I don't like about it is people will see it and be like, oh, do you really like snakes? I'm like, well, no, kind of different meaning. But I wasn't sure where to get my next phone case, so I honestly just looked on TikTok and was like, where are people getting phone cases nowadays? And the ones that I saw were still Casetify, which, like, I obviously really liked this one. I do think it protected my phone very well. But honestly, the variety on the website was stressing me out. But it said Casetify, Velvet Caviar, which is where I ended up purchasing from, and Burga. And Burgas were cute too. They just were like double the price of Velvet Caviar. So I went with Velvet Caviar.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, thank you. Okay, here it is. A little sneak peek of what my design is. Look, it comes with a phone.
Girl.
That is to die. Something that was cool that I didn't get, but is cool as an option, is that with the Velvet Caviar ones, you can get an entire set of like matching accessories. Like they had the rings that would magnet onto the back. They have MagSafe batteries that would just magnet onto the back, MagSafe wallets, and then also AirPod cases that you could get and have it all match. I didn't, but you could. It's gonna be weird getting used to the new feel. Like that's always a thing. I guess I could clean my phone before I put it in this, but oh well. Okay, no phone.
I think you need one more click clack.
No phone. It's kind of, the checkers are different textures from each other, which I was not expecting, but it's,
They're what?
They're different. Feel it. I wasn't expecting that. Kind of interesting. I hope I end up liking it, but these are like things, there's literally not an important change at all, except feels as though it's just like altered the course of my life. I mean, the difference in vibes that I'm just carrying around with me now is crazy. Who is she? She's a whole new person. Crazy. I feel like it has been such a long time since I've done a sit down video and I'm so excited for it. But in the effort of trying to get all of our things in this busy season of life done and not falling behind, I'm trying to make use of like every minute today. So it's 10:06 right now. This morning when I woke up, it was about 5:30. I woke up naturally. I would not have set my alarm for then. But since I was already awake, I was like, well, let me make good use of this time, but also pick like an activity that could still give me that slow, easy start into the day that I really love. And so I started editing a video. We went to the gym right like when it opened, probably like 7:15 or so. Back today. Whole Foods run as you saw, and then I just quickly showered, and I'm trying to get this part done because after I get this part filmed, then I can continue editing the video I was already working on. And if I get the chance, start editing this one too. There's 100% a part of me right now that feels like, oh, it's Saturday. I want to just like lay around and rot. And I'm not going to say that's a bad thing. I love laying around and rotting, but like in a few hours, once I start editing, it's going to kind of feel like a rot. Like I'll be able to watch some YouTube videos as I edit, and so I'll still be being productive while also like choosing the thing and giving myself the space to do what I would like to do coupled with what I need to do. I'm really excited to film this video. I'm like kind of nervous because it's been so long since I filmed a sit down video, but we'll do it. It'll be great. I finished, and it actually didn't take me as long as I thought it would. It's 10:50 right now, which feels kind of great and amazing. It means that I can go get some food. I think I'm gonna have one of the cinnamon rolls that Zach got. I told myself, I was like, no, Anna, you can have like a healthy one. Might have a cinnamon roll. And then I really am gonna hunker down on the couch and see what editing I can get done, which is kind of boring for you to watch, but also like has to get done so that you have things to watch. Tonight, we have a reservation at a new restaurant that I'm really excited for. It's in West Midtown, I think, in Atlanta, which is not my favorite neighborhood or location, but this restaurant looks very good. So I am very excited for it. I mentioned this in the sit down that I just did, but GT's peach kombucha is such a throwback for me. Zach and I used to get them, like I honestly think I had like one a day. This flavor brings me back to fall 2022 because it was that time that for months we would have like one a day each. Loved them. I was like, there's nothing that tastes better than this peach kombucha. Like we were so obsessed with them. If you watch any video from 2022, like my Life at 22 playlist, you will see these, especially fall, probably starting like somewhere in summer. You will see these. And I haven't had one recently, and so it's making me a little nostalgic, or a lot nostalgic. I'm quite nostalgic. It wasn't fair of me earlier to say that that I don't like West Midtown, because that's not fair of me to say. It is a neighborhood. The part of West Midtown that is weird is that in the time that I've been in Atlanta, I've seen it change so much. Some would call it development, most would call it gentrification, but it's kind of funny because it's like developers are investing so much money, but they're not actually community planning. So there are like cool businesses here, and obviously we're going to a cool restaurant tonight, and like we're at the Works that I'll show you. It's really cool. There are cool places here. It just like, I don't know, part of it just feels like artificial. I don't know. I'll show you. The Works is really cool. It's like this big food hall area, and then we're going to Chicheria, the Mexican kitchen, and I am so looking forward to it. I am like starved, but we came an hour before our reservation so that we could walk around. So I think it'll be very cool, and I'm excited to show you. This place was so good. We were planning on coming back before we even ordered, just based on the menu itself. And I have like lunch, and I have lunch and dinner tomorrow in here. The fajitas, lovely. However, we did get carne asada fries before too, which kind of filled me up. But it was so good. Chicheria at the Works.
It is right on the balcony.
In West Midtown. I, again, cannot emphasize to you just how good that was. Also cannot emphasize to you just how full I am. But it was delicious. Whenever we got the carne asada fries, they came out, and I already had been looking at the fajitas, but then we got the fries, and in my head I was like, oh shoot, maybe I need to like rethink the fajitas after seeing the fries. But I was like, no girl, go for it. I only had like a few bites of the fajitas too. The rest will be like lunch and dinner tomorrow, but it'll be great. I finished editing the video I was trying to today, which feels really good, especially because obviously this one's probably going to be shorter since it's a weekend, but the one that's posting tomorrow as I'm filming this is 43 minutes, and then the one the week after that is 48 minutes. So I feel like I'm doing good on the long content, which is exciting. I do need to make the thumbnail for it, and I think I'm gonna try to do that. I have like ample time tonight. We came pretty much right home after eating. But walking around the works before then was really cool to see, especially because there is a lot more new stuff than there was. I think it might have been honestly 3 years ago that I last went to specifically the works, Chattahoochee Food Works. So that was fun. But then we came straight home, which means right now it's like before 7. So I'm gonna edit the thumbnail and I'm gonna try to continue reading my book. I really just need to finish this book. It is so short for how long it's taken me. It's Summer of the Monkeys, which was a read aloud in my 5th grade class, and it's by the same Wilson Rawls, the same author that wrote Where the Red Fern Grows. This one is more cheeky than Where the Red Fern Grows, but I feel like it's similar in the sense of just like a preteen boy that kind of just feels like your friend, like has a lot of personality, things are kind of silly, takes place, what, like 100 years ago, more? I don't know when it takes place. This one also feels more, I don't know a good word, it's like heartfelt, but not in the same way that Where the Red Fern Grows is. Where the Red Fern Grows can wreck you. This one I feel like grows your heart, but I need to finish it. I'd forgotten about it. Like as I've been reading it, there's been scenes that are happening that I like remember, but I never would have placed that they were in this book, if that makes any kind of sense at all. Like there's certain like scenes in a candy shop that I like remember in the depths of my mind, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that they were from this book. And so now reading it, it's kind of funny because I'll be reading and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I know what's about to happen next, but I didn't realize that I would like remember it as much as I do. I just need to finish it because it is really short and it's middle grade too, so it should not take me as long as it is, but it is taking me that long. But thumbnail, reading, that kind of feels like the vibe for our Saturday night. I feel very successful in the content creation things I've been able to do today. I feel successful in like the working out that I was able to do today. And tomorrow I will have to circle a little bit back towards the studying aspect of life right now because obviously didn't do that today, so I will need to get some in tomorrow. But then I think we have other fun plans tomorrow too. So we're just really trying to do the things we need to do and also still live life while doing them. I started Sunday by getting all of my studying done bright and early in the morning. I woke up and I was like, how can I make the most use of minutes in today? And so I figured, you know what? The thing that is stressing me out that I most want to get done today is actually my studying. And so I woke up kind of early, just like by myself, and got my studying done. And it felt great. I will say that it's not like an easy decision to make. And I have not usually been at a time in my life where I'll just wake up and start studying. Like I will procrastinate and put things off. And so I don't know if it's the fully developed brain now or if I just kind of trained my brain better. But I always am trying to chase the feeling of having done something well and done something that I want to do. The way you build trust in yourself is by keeping promises to yourself. And I think I've really been trying to live by that. And by doing that, I have started to trust myself more and feel more accomplished because I am accomplishing what I'm setting out to do. So I got all of the studying done in the morning and then we did head to the gym. Zach was feeling energetic and strong today, which I was too. I wouldn't have made the proposition by myself to do legs even when it was not a scheduled leg day, but he did. So I went along with it and we squatted, and I don't know if it was the Mexican food that I had the night before. It probably was, honestly. It fueled me quite well, but I squatted up to 205 today, which is the highest that I've done in a long time. My all-time max that I've ever squatted was 240 when I was 17, and I mean, I've never tried to work back up to then. It would not be easy if I did, but I did one in like a quarter of a rep. You can see me fail. Either it just happened or in a second. I don't know. I'm not watching right now. You can see me fail on that second rep, but I did the one rep just like that, 205. I feel really great about that. And then we did go grocery shopping, clipped a lot of coupons, got a lot of things on discount, which feels great. That is my favorite thing about grocery shopping, is a good deal. And now I can't even lie to you, it is very late. If you watched the most recent Week in the Life vlog, then you'll remember everything I was talking about with the wedding videography and everything that, I don't know, was going down with that. If you haven't watched that vlog, but I'll catch you up to speed just a little bit. Just all you need to know basically is that my wedding videographer did not give the deliverables that we agreed to and that we paid for and that they were supposed to give. And then the wedding video that they sent was not the same quality as other ones that they've done. And I just don't want to share it or show it or post it anywhere because it really is kind of poorly done. And so what I did decide today, and it took me a long time to download all of the raw footage, but I finally got all of the raw footage. There were some like errors in file names that was previously preventing me from downloading it, but I found a way to fix it and I downloaded literally all of the raw footage just onto my MacBook. I then placed an Amazon order for another hard drive because I'm going to need it by the end of this, but downloaded all of the footage and I am starting to edit my own wedding video, which I'm excited for. I wish I like didn't have to. I do think it'll be fun now that I am doing that. Like, it's a new project and I have literally fallen into a dark hole where I just edited for like 3.5 hours, and honestly it was fun. I feel like I'm making something really good and something that I'm actually excited to share now. I wish that had I known that I would just end up doing this, like I could have done this back in March, but I was really holding out that the video they sent would be a good one and it just wasn't. But mine is really good, which pros and cons. Pro is that I'll have a good video. Con is that, so with the footage they got, like it was possible. Granted, the way things are filmed and everything, like basically the videographers were not filming in the same dimensions, the same style, the same color settings, anything. And so it does look a little funny, but I feel like in the way that I'm editing it, it just looks more like home video imperfection, which is fine because I'm not the professional. It was not fine when they did it because they are the professionals. And I'm actually really excited now to show this to you. I am not done with it at all, and I fear that I'm gonna run out of space before I get done with it. That's why I went ahead and got my hard drive that I'll be able to edit onto, and that will help me finish. But I am planning, if you're down to see it, I'm posting our wedding video edited by Anna. I'm like honestly impressed with myself. Like, I'm proud of this, and I feel that the way I'm doing it is actually like showing the day and making it be emotional, and like in a good way though, where you just like feel the joy of the day, which like I said, pros and cons, because pro is that we'll have this. Con is, why didn't the professionals do it this way when all of their other videos are like that? It's fine. I don't know. I got so hyper fixated on editing this though that I did not do like some of the other things that I wanted to do today, such as just like reading and housework and the things that I want to do to be a well-rounded person, but not like critically necessary. So I'm excited to show you this video once I get it done, and I'm excited that something good's coming out of this, even though I do think it is right for the business to refund me since they did not give us what we paid them for. But that part is still TBD. As of right now, at the time of filming this, I have not heard anything from them at all. Yay. Thank you so much for joining me this weekend. I hope you got something from it. I love hanging out with you always. Subscribe so we can hang out together more, and I'll see you next time.